For 30 years, one number has ruled retirement planning: 4%. Save enough, withdraw 4% a year, and your money should last. It became gospel. But in 2026, the researchers who invented and study that rule are quietly telling us something else. So let's do the real math. Here's where it came from. In 1994, a financial planner named William Bengen asked a simple question: what's the most you could safely withdraw and never run out, even if you retired at the worst possible moment in history? He ran the numbers through every market crash on record. The answer: about 4% in the first year, then adjust that dollar amount for inflation each year after. On a $1 million portfolio, that's $40,000 the first year. It was elegant, it was simple, and it had survived the past. So it stuck. The 4% rule became the backbone of the entire early retirement movement. Flip it around, and it tells you something powerful. You need about 25 times your annual spending to retire. Want $60,000 a year? You need $1.5 million. Clean, memorable, repeated in 1 million videos, including a few on this channel. But there's a catch. The rule was built on the past, on the average returns and interest rates of the 20th century. Today's starting line is different. Stocks are expensively priced, and expected future returns are lower. So the researchers reran the math for today. Morningstar, one of the most respected names in the field, now estimates the safe starting withdrawal rate is not 4%. It's about 3.9% for a 30-year retirement with a high chance of success. That sounds tiny. But on $1 million, it's the difference between $40,000 and $39,000 a year. And that gap compounds over decades. Now, here's the twist most videos miss. Even Bengen, the man who created the rule, says 4% may be too conservative. He started at 4% back in 1994, raised it to 4.5% in 2006, and his latest research now puts the safe rate at 4.7%. So which is it, 3.9 or 4.7? The honest answer: both. Safe withdrawal rates aren't a law of physics. Across different market conditions and studies, they range from about 3.5% to over 5%. The number depends entirely on the assumptions. And that's the real lesson. The 4% rule was never meant to be a promise. It was a starting estimate, a worst-case guardrail built on rigid, set-it-and-forget-it spending. But no real retiree spends that way. Nobody keeps withdrawing the same inflation-adjusted amount while their portfolio is crashing around them. Real people adjust, and that one fact changes everything. Because when you build in flexibility, spending a little less after a bad market year, a little more after a good one, the math loosens up. Those dynamic strategies, sometimes called guardrails, can support starting rates closer to 4.5% or even 5%, while actually lowering your risk of running out. The takeaway isn't that 4% is dead. It's that a single fixed number was always the wrong way to think about it. So what's the real safe withdrawal rate in 2026? Start near 4%, maybe a hair under, then stay flexible. The rule was never a promise you set and forget. It's a starting line. And the skill that actually protects your retirement isn't picking the perfect number. It's being willing to adjust.